Well, I just seen Halloween Kills. Now, if you've seen the trailer for it, you pretty much know the major portion of the storyline. And trust me, I'm not going to give any spoilers. I'm not going to ruin the film for you. The storyline basically circles around Michael Myers escaping the trap laid for him by Laurie Strode, which is played by Jamie Lee Curtis, and her daughter, which is played by Judy Greer, and her granddaughter, to the point where Michael is now on a path of death throughout the town of Haddonfield. This film basically piggybacks the reboot from 2018. So many of the characters from that film who survived are still in this one as well. You will see them throughout the film. A mob starts with the sole purpose of getting rid of Michael, killing Michael. That mob is led by Anthony Michael Hall, known for films like 16 Candles, Weird Science, and The Breakfast Club, and the TV show The Dead Zone he did for like 5 years. Now, the film itself, and I need to say this in the beginning, the film itself, if you are looking for a great film, if you're looking for a film that was better or just as good as the reboot. Now, the original reboot came out in 2018. If you're looking for a better product, do not go in that film expecting it. I'm not trying to tell you not to watch the film. I'm not trying to tell you to just forget doing it altogether. It is part of a trilogy. It has already been said and already been talked about by the movie company that it's going to be a trilogy. So I wouldn't say don't go see the film. Just don't go there with high expectations. Now, a couple of things to point out in the film. There were certain parts of the film where I thought the deaths were not very well thought of. The killings weren't very well thought of. And the film circles more around certain origin stories for some of the characters. It was more of a character development type film where it talked about the development of how Michael got caught, which erased the original part 2 on up for the original Halloween series, and showed how he got caught in the beginning onset from their viewpoint of the original part 1. Certain parts of the film were played out well. They did a great job with the storyline. The storyline wasn't bad. It was just the finishing product really wasn't as good as it could have been. There are a lot of scenes where you are reintroduced to certain characters from the original as they are adults, those that lived from the original. Overall, the film, I would say, there's a good reason it's free on Peacock. If you have Peacock, I recommend watching it, but don't hope for a better product than the original. And the thing about the reboot, the original reboot they did in 2018, was it was an intelligent way they did it, because they basically asked the question, like, what would happen if they caught Michael Myers after the events of the first one? That he didn't make it to a part 2 and chase Laurie through a hospital. They basically said, let's catch Michael at the end of part 1 and put him in a mental hospital for 40 years. And let's put it to the point where the storyline transpires after he escapes. To me personally, the 2018 version is in my top 3 favorite Halloween movies all time. The first one being Rob Zombie's original Halloween film, his first Halloween film. You have a lot of individuals that were upset about the film because they loved the fact that Michael did not have a sole purpose for his killing. He didn't have an origin. He just was a monster that went around killing and didn't really have a real purpose. And that was the attraction for a lot of fans of the film franchise. I thought Rob Zombie's was the best. The first Halloween he did was the best one they ever came up with. Because at the end of the day, if you saw Rob Zombie's first Halloween reboot, honestly, I was more afraid of Michael as a child than I was him as an adult. Because his storyline, the way he was as a child, really was haunting. I would recommend, if it comes to horror films, one of the ones I would definitely recommend was Rob Zombie's first Halloween reboot. I think it was honestly the best one. The new reboot set in 2018, that was done in 2018, was arguably in my top 3. The first one being up there too. I mean, that's just goes without saying. Overall, I think the franchise needs to end. I think this third installment that comes out whenever they finish filming it and bring it out needs to have a finality that says no more. No more Halloween. No more Michael Myers. Just let it be. Because we're getting to the point where it's getting, despite the fact they redid the franchise again, it's getting old. The character in itself needs to have an end. Now, once you see it, let me know in the comments what you feel about it. And hopefully you will get some enjoyment out of it, but please don't have a level of anticipation that pretty much would, like, this is going to floor you. This is going to outdo the one done in 2018. Just go there with a mindset of it's a horror film. You expect certain things out of a horror film. You expect certain things out of a Halloween horror film. You expect certain things about a character such as Michael Myers. He's iconic, but at the same token, even iconic characters need to have a finale. Hopefully, the third one will be it. You guys have a good night.